Good evening, kids. We're the Missoula City Band, and it's not hot. Isn't it wonderful? And I can't tell if it's smoky or not, but it's not smoky enough to smell it. That's reason enough to get up off your seat, join in with Natalie Bashirs, and here's the Star-Spangled Banner. Cheers. She'll be back in a little bit. Well, our final concert for the year. I know the fair's going on. The fair will be here all week. Thanks for being here instead. It used to be more of a concern years ago. There's plenty of us in town to make choices of where we want to go, and I'm glad you chose to come here. Thanks for waiting out the rain, man. And some people are on the ground. God bless you. It's even cooler down there, I bet, man. We got a number of great things on tonight's program. So many singers, man. Start shaking your stick, because that's how many singers we have tonight. One after another, and it'll be such a joy. And we're helping to celebrate. Jay, I hear a little feedback. Do you hear that? Or the sound of my voice has just gone up. We're helping celebrate Missoula County High School's class of 1963 60th anniversary. It's their reunion. They're older than I am, for God's sake. And we'll be interspersing different tunes from their era, those many millennia ago, in between program numbers, and then making fun of them and welcoming them back to Missoula, or at least their 60th anniversary. What a cool thing, man. We're going to start off right now with what many of us understand to be the Sentinel High School song. Hold on. We get birthday tune. There we go. Thank God I got somebody in the band that reads the program. For all the birthdays and all the birthdays that never get celebrated from now until next June, mid-June, it's time for us to celebrate our birthday. For all of us not born in the summer, happy birthday to us. Some other time in summertime. Our mothers didn't suffer quite as much. I'm an April baby myself. Tax day, as a matter of fact. God, try to separate that out from your birthday. What kind of cruel joke. So, we used to have a single high school here in Missoula. It was housed in most of us remember it as Hellgate High School. That was Missoula County High School. And when our town got big enough and they split, I wasn't here, these kids were, that they built this new campus out on South Avenue and they split it. And they put 2 classes, 2 grade levels stayed at Missoula County High School. It became Hellgate High School. Who stayed? Freshmen and sophomores stayed. No. We'll have a fight about it later. They made the freshman and sophomore move to the new campus, which they deemed Sentinel. Now, Sentinel did a number of things that I'm not responsible for. They stole many of the amenities from Missoula County High School, and they brought them out to Sentinel and made them theirs. And then Hellgate had to start afresh, even though they were the original school. I've heard a bunch of bickering about this in the past. So Sentinel got a hold of the school song. Luckily for Hellgate, the band director wrote, as what Don Gisselbeck has told me about, there's only 2 high schools in the whole state that have original school songs. One is Hamilton, because that was the trombone playing band director, Dean Vinyl, who wrote their school song, and Chuck Johnson, who's a band director, trombone player at Hellgate High School and wrote that school song. This is what is now known as the Sentinel football song, but at the time was the Missoula County High School song. There you go. Remember your old school song. Yeah, good for you. Lots of thank yous to say tonight, and I'll probably forget some, but thanks so much for Missoula Community Access TV and our man, Ron Scholl, for shooting all our programs. All winter long, when we're stuck in our houses, you can turn on MCAT, and if you don't have cable, you can just stream it, whatever that means. And our sound guy, Jay Straub, High Tech Audio. Thank you, Jay. There he is. There he is, looking for his badge. All right, a hit from 1963. Our Montana kids wishing to God they didn't live in this godforsaken tundra. And they got into the Beach Boys. Could you believe that? They're a surf city. 2 girls for every boy. Now that the reason that we're helping the class of 63 celebrate is because there's a member of this band that's been around since he returned back to Montana, and he plays in our band. Many of us knew him, many of you knew him as a student here in Missoula 100 years ago. And he retired, he returned to our state, and he's got a couple of his former students, and they're going to sing a song more indicative of the times from 63, not the Beach Boys. And I'll let David speak to it. This is David Barthelmess.
Thank you. Good evening. Before we go into this, I think I'd like to ask the members of the class of 1963 to stand, would you? You're here. And one of our members, Christina Ronkanen, has come back for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and now 60, all the way from Finland, because she was our AFS exchange student. Christina? '63 was a watershed year for us. A lot of us went away to college, some went on to jobs, some stayed with sweethearts, some bugged out. But as the year progressed, you will all remember that a very disastrous thing happened to our country in 1963. On the 22nd of November, our President John Kennedy was assassinated. And the Chad Mitchell Trio and a number of other groups, but I like the Chad Mitchell Trio arrangement, did a song called In the Summer of His Years, which tells the story of the death of Kennedy and then progresses on to Rally Round the Flag Boys, which was Abraham Lincoln's favorite song, just 100 years earlier, also in the midst of an almost disastrous war for our country. So Saxon Holbrook and Matt Bassett are going to join me now in a wonderful arrangement by our wonderful arranger, Don, in a song called In the Summer of His Years. This is to the Kennedys and the Lincolns.
A young man rode
and a great arrangement by our own Don Yarmio. Wonderful arrangement, Don. He got it. Okay, from the sublime to the ridiculous, it seems to be a theme of mine. And there'll be some folks out to pick your pockets, so watch out. They're on their way, and I see you grabbing for your wallets. Pick out those thick ones, okay? We'll take traveler's checks too. Gold coin, bullion, that's okay. And a tune from the 63 library. Here's the stripper. Doug Grimm wanted us to all know that on Saturday, the class of 1953 of Missoula County High Schools had their 66th reunion, and 30 of them suckers showed up. They were the first class to graduate from Sentinel High School. Congratulations, Doug. I'm glad you guys had a great event as well. Hot day. Hey, boy, I tell you, I don't do much country music. Yeah, I sometimes do a little country and sometimes do a little western, but boy, I tell you, it's pretty slim between. Doing one tonight. That's because these singers brought this beautiful tune from Bonnie and Clyde, the musical. All right? They're sneaking up behind me right now. They had this lovely duet. This is Mike Rosebarski's daughter-in-law, Colleen Rosebarski, I said that right, and Angie Daly, who happens to be a local singer and also Colleen's teacher, her voice teacher. And this is a beautiful duet. Are you going to tell us something about it? Will you set it up for us, or do I have to? They got songs about me. So it's these two sisters lamenting to each other. They both fall in love with these criminals. One is Bonnie, and she fell in love with Clyde, and the other one is the sister who fell in love with Butch's Clyde's Butch or somebody. Anyway, it's these two girls knowing that they've chosen wrong, but that they made the choice and they're in love with these two. And it's a country ballad, and it's just sweeter than all get out, and you will love it. Please welcome Colleen and Angie to the...
And a check. Ooh. See, I made the right choice making Gary speak. Yeah.
Besides, I wouldn't change him if I could. No man's all good. I always knew what I was taking on, but I always felt that I could change his ways, even though my man would never fall in line. I'm glad he's mine, 'cause you love who you love, and you can't help how you're made. You don't have to say, your heart decides. It's that simple, I'm afraid. Yes, you love who you love. Common sense may say it's wrong. There's a part of him you know is wild. Maybe that's what made you love him all along. I only care that he's mine and I am his. There ain't no rules, that's how it is. Most girls would hate to be standing in my shoes, but true love's something you don't choose. Oh, you love who you love, and you go with what you feel, and you never think what's down the road while the fairy tale seems real. Yes, you love who you love. Common sense may say it's wrong. There's a part of him you know is wild. Maybe that's what made you love him all along. Could be that's what made you love him all along.
And under the arrangement of Mike Rosebarsky. Mike! The father-in-law, and Kyle Gillette on bass, who's been helping us out all year. Bless you, son. Okay, back to the ridiculous. From the 60s, here you go. The musical, Hair. And the fellow that sang it on Broadway died this past year. So this is a double whammy, both for the class and for dead guys in particular. Here is Aquarius. have discussion about that gong or not. We decided to go with the gong. I'd like to also thank the Missoula City Council for shoving a little money our way. We're still on. You know, we get some money from the city, along with your generous donations and Edwards Jones and Blackfoot Communications. Darn near anyone to open up their wallet to us to help us squeak by, and we're very appreciative of that. City Parks and Rec for grandfathering and grandmothering us in here. I try not to abuse it, but we built this damn band shell 100 years ago, and we just lend it to the city on the off season. Thanks to the Orchard Homes Garden Club. Do they even exist anymore? That certainly they're the ones who took up the challenge to build this wonderful band shell. Hey, coming on down right now. Is it Natalie? Yes. Natalie, come up here. Natalie has been singing a Star-Spangled Banner with us for years, and her teacher finally said, hey, you know, Gary, she ought to sing with you as a featured singer. Her teacher is Caitlin Sisler. So it's like, oh, heck yeah. And she's engaged to Nate, a former student of mine, a person in the percussion section, and just bought a house in Stevensville, so they're Bitterrooters, which gives me more people who harass. How about that? Kids that bought a house, how did you pull that off? She's going to sing 2 numbers for us right now. Beautiful voice, great kids. She's going to tell you a little bit about this first tune, because I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
This piece is called Kommt ein Schlanker durchgegangen. It's from the opera Der Freischütz, and it is about courtship, but mostly a young girl's fantasy of meeting a handsome boy, falling in love, and getting married.
Well, it kind of went down the tubes when you met Nate, huh? Sorry. My parents are here, Grandpa's here. Sorry, it's a joke. Hey, let's do another one with her since we've got her lassoed up here. Good going, Nate. Hot dang. Here's an arrangement by Jim Eversole. He was with us for years, was a band director here during the 60s after the Korean War, and came back and retired here and wrote some great arrangements. That one was also Jim's, and so was this one. Here's Natalie again with I Could Have Danced All Night. Oh wait, you need one. That's right. The most important person to thank for this whole rigmarole is the person that keeps it all together. She and her mom have been with us for so many years, and you please help us thank Amanda and Becky Tisch. Is Becky here? If she ever stops to do this, yeah, you can guarantee I'm stopping too. Hey, if you haven't seen the movie Brassed Off, you need to, especially if you're a band geek like us. It's set about a British brass band. Nothing else about it, Louie. Well, no. We're in an ongoing discussion about that. And in the movie, this beautiful young flugelhorn player plays this a marvelous ballad, and Rob knows it, and you will just melt from it. In English, it's the Orange Concerto. I won't even try to say the name in Spanish, even though I studied it for 2 years. I'm fluent in no. Here's Rob Wilson and the Orange Concerto. Cornet. A Butte High graduate. How about that? Yeah. Butte High and MSU. Beautiful. Rob's a snowbird, and we're so lucky to have him come up and visit with us, man. So cool. All right. We just had Sublime. Back to the ridiculous. This is for all the people that yell at me to make sure and do this piece. Remember, there's no cultural appropriation. We're just culture sharing, time and place. God help us. Say a prayer, Dan, our band chaplain. God bless him. Here is In a Persian Market. There's a few old timers here. That's Amanda on that solo alto sax. Oh boy. Someday I'll get in trouble for that. We're always so grateful when folks want to do what we do all summer long. And there's a couple more opportunities for great music outside. 2 weeks from tonight, the String Orchestra of the Rockies will be here. So come on down and you'll get some wonderful music from them. And this Sunday, the Missoula Symphony Orchestra plays down at Caras Park. So a couple more opportunities for us all to get out and get some great music. Hey, will you please help me thank the people that make this whole thing happen? These wonderful folks behind me, the Missoula City Band. It's always so much fun to do the gig, but when the end of the season comes, it's like, all right, it almost feels cool. Next thing you know, I have to light the pilot light, and hunker on down inside, getting ready for next year. We'll be back. Sorry, what a crappy imitation. And to make sure that we get a standing ovation, here's the Stars and Stripes Forever. bless you. Have a great rest of the season, folks. Good night.